I would also like to put up the disclaimer screen really quickly. If you could just take a peek at that and let me know if you have any questions. Great. Thank you so much for your patience on that. Welcome, everyone. My name is Melissa, and I'll be guiding you through all levels yoga today. So we will practice together for 45 minutes. If you have anything going on in your body tonight, I encourage you to listen to your body, skip things if you need to. And you're going to need your yoga mat tonight. I also really like having a blanket and a block close by, so feel free to grab those just so that you can have those to support you through the practice. Let's get started and seated tonight. We'll do a little seated centering. You can take a moment here just to close your eyes. Give yourself an opportunity to drop into your breath and your body. So as you settle in here, we'll just begin to bring the awareness to where the body is meeting the ground. And so feeling the edges of the legs grounding down, the edges of the feet grounding and connecting down. And then as you feel grounded here, let's engage our core. So we'll feel our tailbone tuck. Feel the navel move back and up to the spine slightly. Try to create that long line that flows through the spine. Lengthen the back of the neck, reach, stretch through the crown of the head. Dropping in and connecting to the rise and the fall of your breath. Lengthen as you inhale and lengthen as you exhale. Maybe encouraging your exhale to be a little bit longer than the inhale. And then if you would like, set an intention for your time on the mat. And your intention could be anything, maybe to clear the mind of thoughts, to keep the breath flowing in and out. Intentions are a nice way to connect us to the practice and to help make the practice our own. Let's come on forward. We're going to come into table, and from table, let's come forward into a child's pose. We'll just take a nice resting pose here, just to really open up the body for the practice. So if you have a blanket, you can always grab a blanket to pad your knees. For child's pose, a couple of options. Either the knees can be together, that will help to stretch and open your low back. And if your legs and hips are a bit tight, you can take your knees wide, big toes touch, knees apart, and then just let yourself drop in here to the stretch. And then maybe create a little bit of movement, maybe a little gentle shifting to the right and to the left, just to let yourself really ground into the posture. And then coming into stillness here, let's walk our hands to the right. We're going to give ourselves a stretch in our pose. Try to feel grounded through both sides of your body. We don't want to feel that opposite side lifting and rising too much. Walk your hands back to center and draw them to the other side. And just dropping those hips back and down. Breathing in and out deeply. Coming back onto the center, back into a child's pose. And let's put ourselves into tabletop. As you come into table, we'll work a little bit with earth salutations. So these are really nice grounding salutations and really nice heart opening practice. We'll just work with some different back bends each time to gently open up the front body. To begin, let's start up on our knees. Hands will sweep to the sky. Take a full breath here. Draw your hands at your heart. Breathe out. We're going to come back down to child's pose. We're just going to drop our hips back to our heels. Let your heart lower down to the mat. Engage your core. Let's ripple forward through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Lower all the way down to the mat, working with Sphinx pose. We're just going to come all the way down. Let your hands come out in front of you. Elbows in line with your shoulders. Maybe you reach for opposite arms here, just to make sure the elbows aren't too far from one another. And we'll breathe into that nice low back stretch. Let's take a moment here, staying or lifting for low cobra. So hands press down, elbows lift up, elbows drop in towards one another. Arms can straighten. If you would like to work the seal, let's reach and stretch through the crown of the head. Come on down to the mat. Take a full breath here. As you exhale, come into a downward facing dog. And shake it out a little bit in your down dog. So it may feel nice to bend one knee, to bend the other knee. Relax your head yes. Relax your head no. As you come into stillness here, let's draw the knees down onto the mat, hips to the heels, heart lowers down for that child's pose. And then coming on up, take your hands to the sky, breathe in here. Draw your hands at your heart, breathe out. So that was one earth salutation. Hands will extend out, breathing in. Let's fold ourselves down on the out breath. Let's come on through. We'll take that knee down plank and moving into a variation of Cobra. So lower all the way down to the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. So I'll take the tips of the fingers in line with the tops of the shoulders, pinkies in line with the deltoids, glue the tops of your feet down, lifting up to your navel. Let's hug the arms into the sides of your body. Let your elbows run straight back. And almost create a little sensation that the hands could lift off of the mat. Lower down to the ground. Let's give ourselves a breath here. Press yourself back. Downward facing dog. Shake it out in your down dog. Bend your knees. Relax your head yes. And relax your head no. Knees will begin to lower. Hips down to the heels. Heart softens down, and then float yourself on up, rising to your knees, hands sweep up, and then hands at the heart space. Let's take another one. Hands can reach up as you breathe in. Come on down as you breathe out. Come on forward, knee down plank. Working with both this time, lower all the way down to the ground. Take your arms alongside your body, palms face down. Legs lift, torso lifts, arms lifting up. Let's find our way into Navasana. Breathing here as you inhale, feel yourself lifting up, moving deeper into the back bend. And then with each exhale, feel how your body finds a little softness in the posture. Come on down to the mat. Let's give ourselves a breath here. Press yourself back. Downward facing dog. Knees begin to soften down, hips to your heels, and heart lowers down. Let's come on up, breathe in, rising onto your knees, hands at your heart, breathe out. Let's take one more. Hands sweep up as you inhale. Land yourself back to child as you exhale. Come on forward, knee down plank. And then lowering all the way down to the ground. Let's take those hands out in front, elbows in line with your shoulders, and then straightening out the arms. We'll breathe here for a moment. Come on down to the ground, and then take your hands underneath your shoulders, and then walk your hands off to the sides of the mat. So a foot on one side, and then a foot on the other side. Glue the tops of your feet down, lifting up as high as you can. Arms can straighten if you would like. You can always keep a bend in the elbows if you'd like as well, and just lift up as high as you can. Let's make sure that we're breathing here. Breathe into your low back, mid back, and upper back bend. Come on down to the mat. Take a breath here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Knees will begin to lower, hips to your heels, heart softens down. And then coming on up, we'll take our hands to the sky, breathe in, Hands at your heart space, breathe out. Let's come on forward. We'll try dolphin from here. So for dolphin, coming down onto your elbows, reach for opposite arms, hands come out in front, fingers interlock, palms touch, or press your hands into the mat. Toes will curl under, sitting bones to sky. Walk your toes in towards your face, land in dolphin pose. So let's feel the backs of the legs lengthen here. We'll feel our sitting bones reach and stretch the sky. Feel your spine lengthen. Try to relax the back of your head and relax the back of your neck. You would like more challenge here? Let's walk those toes into the face a little bit more, deepening your stretch. Knees will lower down. Hips to your heels. Let's curl our toes under. Sitting back onto the heels, we'll work with sit with toe stand. Draw your shoulders up to the ears. Create a large circle. Relax your shoulders as you exhale. Breathe in. Take the shoulders up, back, and down. And then one more time. Let's inhale and exhale. Come on forward. Let's land in table. Tap the tops of your feet out on the mat. Coming into plank on the forearm. So we're going to try dolphin plank. So for this one, we're going to come down onto our elbows, reach for opposite arms, hands come out in front, fingers interlock, palms touch, or press your hands into the mat. Toes will back up, toes will curl under, landing in plank. Knees can lower down if you'd like. Let's feel our tailbone tuck here. Feel the navel move back and up to the spine slightly. Try to create that long line that flows from your heels to the crown of the head. Neutral gaze with the space between the forearms. Lift from your shoulders. Find length and find space here. Breathe in and breathe out. Knees will begin to lower. Toes curl under. Sit back onto your heels. Land in toe stand. And then as you come into toe stand, feel free to stay here. You can also try to stand up on your toes and try for a balanced pose. Maybe one hand to proud heart, other hand will meet it. Almost create a little sensation that you could lift yourself off of the heels. So just rising up with each breath. Let's begin to release. We're going to float ourselves down. Coming back into tabletop, tap the tops of your feet out on the mat. Take a breath here. Press back to down dog as you exhale. Trace to the hands. Let's come on forward, landing in a fold at the top of your space. Shake it out in a fold here, so it may feel nice to bend one knee, to bend the other knee. Relax your head yes, and relax your head no. If the ground is feeling far away, let's just have that nice deep bend in the knees for support. Let's draw the hands to the right. Find a side stretch. Ground firmly to the inside and the outside of each foot. Come back on through the center, hands to the other side. Reach and stretch from your right waist. Lengthen your side body, arm, and fingertips. Come back on through the center, back into a fold. Take a half lift here, lift your spine, and lengthen your spine. Fold yourself down. Let's come on up. We're going to rise for mountain as you inhale. Draw your hands at your heart space as you exhale. Hands will extend up. Fingers will interlock. Palms will press the sky. Take a nice full breath here to lengthen. Release your hands to the right as you exhale. Roll your left shoulder back. Right shoulder under. Feel that the heart is shining to the sky. Come back to center. Let's lengthen here. Release to the other side. Feel your hip pressing off to the right, just guiding you deeper into that nice stretch for your body. Come back onto the center. Let's release our hands behind our body. Fingers interlock, palms touch. Take a full breath to lengthen. Fold yourself down. Breathe out. Try to relax the fronts of your shoulders and just notice if that helps you move deeper into the shoulder stretch. Hands can relax onto your low back. Hands can relax down towards the mat. Take a half lift here. Lift your spine, lengthen your spine. Fold yourself down. Come on up. Mountain pose. Hands at heart. Breathe out. Let's come into chair from here. We'll begin to drop our hips back and down. Hands can sweep up towards the sky. Send your weight back into your heels. Let your toes be light. And almost a sensation like your toes could lift from the mat. Right leg comes up and over for eagle. So toes can be on the ground. Maybe lift your leg arm up for a half wrap. And then you could also try for a full wrap if you'd like. Right arm wraps under. Maybe reach for opposite shoulders. Press the backs of your hands together. Maybe arms wrap and maybe the hands wrap up. Find your drishti. Find that one spot to focus your concentration, to focus your awareness. And once you find that spot, not letting the eyes shift at all. Elbows can float down to the knees. If you'd like, you can take eagle into the neck. Imagine that you could ground into that left foot. So press really firmly into the inside and really firmly into the outside of your foot. Coming up, let's keep the arms wrapped up. Right leg takes a float back, land in Warrior 3 pose. Imagine creating a capital T shape with your body. Create a long line from your left heel to your left hip. And then create that long line from your right heel to the crown of the head. Let's come to Warrior 1 from here. Right foot back. Right heel is grounded down. Left knee bends. Hips and shoulders will square forward. Let's feel that left hip moving back, left shoulder moving back, and then right shoulder forward, and then right hip comes forward a bit. Working with a tricep stretch, let's bring our left hand down our back, and then let your right hand draw you into the stretch. It's going to look a little bit like this. So we're just going to take that nice shoulder opener here. Feel the hip, feel the shoulders squaring forward. We're going to take our hands up, breathe in, then just change up the hands, opposite hand down, and then opposite hand will draw you into the stretch. Feel that the spine is straight. We don't want to be rounded too much on this one. And release. Take yourself down to a runner's lunge. Begin to bend and straighten your front leg. And so if the stretch is feeling challenging, bring your hands on blocks for support. Lower your right knee down onto the ground for support. And then just feel yourself moving to the rise and the fall of your breath. Straighten your front leg. Give yourself a fold forward. Let your spine relax. Try to relax the back of your head and relax the back of your neck. Bend into your left knee. Let's take our left hand to the sky, coming into a runner's twist. And then as you take your twist, with the in-breath, feel your spine lengthen. On your out-breath, let your twist deepen. Lower your hand down, core engages. Let's come back on through for Crescent Warrior. So we're going to rise right on up. As you align in Crescent, let's feel our core engage, tailbone tuck, navel back and up to the spine slightly. Hands can come to your hips. Let's land in a chair pose at the top of the mat. So we're going to bring our right foot to meet our left foot. Drop your hips back and down. Hands can reach up, breathe in. Gaze down, make sure that you can see the tips of your toes. We just don't want our knees to be floating too far forward on this one. Left leg comes up and over. Left arm under. Let's take that eagle wrap here. Make sure that you're breathing. So easy to hold your breath. Let's take a nice deep full inhale through the nose. Nice deep full out breath through the nose. Lowering your elbows down to your knees. Let's take eagle into the neck. Feel the breath flow in and out. Keeping those arms wrapped. Let's unwrap our legs, coming into Warrior 3 pose. Breathe into your stomach, ribs and chest. Releasing from your chest, ribs and your stomach. Come back on through. We'll take our Warrior One pose. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Try to create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. Let's try that tricep stretch here. So we're going to start by bringing our right hand down our back. Let your left hand draw you into the stretch. Hips and shoulders square forward. Inhale and exhale. Hands extending out. Breathe here. Let's take that left hand down. Right hand draws you in. And release. Hands can sweep to the sky. Take a full breath here. Hands come down. Runner's lunge. Begin to bend and straighten your front leg. We'll just work with this really nice flow for the legs and the hips. This is also so good for your hamstrings, so good for your calf. And then just feel yourself moving and flowing with the breath. Straighten your front leg, fold yourself over. Bend into your right knee, right hand to the sky, come into your twist. Hand lowers down, core engages. Coming up for crescent. Feel your arms really active. Arms frame your ears. Fingers are active. Reach and stretch through your fingertips. Hands can come to your hips. Let's float ourselves forward into chair. Weight in the heels, toes are light. And as you stay in chair, let's take our right foot back, coming into a version of crescent. Hold here, maybe bend into your knee, do a little tap down. Right foot meets your left foot back into chair. Left foot takes a float back. Come on forward. Flow here with your breath. Rise and follow the breath. Create that movement. Let's come back. We're going to do a reset back into chair and then come down to a fold. Reach for your opposite elbows here for a ragdoll. And then little rock to the right and to the left. Hands can release down towards the ground. Take a half lift here. Lift your spine, lengthen your spine. Fold yourself down. Let's come on up. We'll rise for mountain. Draw your hands at your heart as you breathe out. Right hand for the right foot. Let's come into dancer pose. We'll come into Navasana. If you'd like to grab on the outside of the foot, that tends to be a little gentler stretch on your shoulder. But if you'd like a deep shoulder stretch, you can always grab on the inside of the foot. Left hand can reach up. Begin to kick the foot into the hand. Take yourself forward. Breathing here. Make sure that you're not holding the breath. Inhale and exhale through your nose. To release, let's come into Warrior Two pose. You're just going to float your right foot back. Hands reach forward and back. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Imagine that you could pull your feet in towards one another. So let's just try to feel those legs really active, engaged, and energized. Reverse, we're going to take reverse Warrior Two pose. You can just float that front hand up and back. Try to keep that deep bend in your front knee. Body's natural tendency is to straighten the front leg a bit. Core engages, back on up. Warrior Two, take yourself down, lateral angle. Maybe lowering your hand down, finding extended lateral angle. And then just trying not to collapse here into that bottom shoulder. Try to create a little lifting here, a little bit of lengthening here. 4 engages. Let's come back on up. Reset to warrior 2. Straighten your front leg. Let's put that front hand up and float it back for reverse triangle stretch. Coming back on up to a neutral spine. Let's come back to warrior 2. Setting up for goddess pose. So for goddess, left toes will turn in. So just line our toes up, line the heels up. You can turn your toes out, shift your heels in, and let's take a nice deep bend in our knees. Maybe the hands on the knees to shift around a little bit. Draw your weight to the right and to the left. Arms can come on up for a 90-degree angle. Let your tailbone touch here. Feel your navel move back and up to the spine slightly. Let's take that left elbow to the left knee. Back to center. Right to right. Float yourself back on up. Let's go side to side here. Move with the breath. Come back and up to center. Let's reset back to goddess and then releasing into a wide-legged fold. So for this one, straighten your legs out, turn your toes in, hinge at your hips and fold yourself down. Hands can come down into the ground and shake it out a little bit here. Bend your knees, relax your head yes, and relax your head no. Hands can walk out in front. Landing in a down dog with your legs wide. Try to send the weight back into your heels. Let your hands be a little bit lighter, and we'll create a little sensation like you could lift your hands from the mat. Walk your hands into your body, then walk your hands underneath your body. Let your weight float forward into your toes. Let your heels be light, almost like your heels could roll from the mat. So just guiding you into a little deeper stretch in your fold. Releasing. Let's walk our hands to frame our front foot. We're going to land in a runner's lunge at the top of our mat. Come on forward into a fold. Shake out the legs here. You can bend the knees. Relax your head yes and no. Take a half lift. Forward fold. Come on up. Let's ground into our feet as we rise. Hands at your heart space as you breathe out. Last hand for your left foot. Let's try dancer on the other side. Right hand floats out in front. Begin to kick the foot into the hand. Take yourself forward. So in dancer pose, so many benefits here. Really good for strengthening your standing legs. We strengthen all the muscles through the foot, through the ankle, and through the knee. You get this nice hip flexor and psoas stretch on the left side. And we get this really nice back bend through the 3 parts of the back. To come on out, let's take warrior 2 pose. Feel that your hips and your shoulders are squaring off to the left side of the room. So we want to get this nice opening through the shoulders, through the hips, and also try to even off the hips. Sometimes that right hip can dip down a little bit. So let's have a nice deep bend in that front knee, even off the hips and the shoulders. Reverse warrior 2 pose, right hand up and back. Back hand can glide down the back leg. Maybe wrap your arm around your low back. Reach for the other hip crease. Come on through for warrior 2. Let's bring ourselves down into a lateral angle. And then you can lower your hand down for that extended lateral angle if you'd like. Try to create a little bit of a twisting sensation here. Try to roll this top shoulder open, bottom shoulder under, heart is shining to the sky. 4 engages, float yourself back on up for warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, front hand up and back, reverse triangle stretch. Come back on through. Let's try warrior 2 pose. Gently releasing. into the goddess. So we'll just straighten out those legs. Right toes turn in so that toes and heels are in line. Toes turn out, heels shift in, deep bend into your knees. Drop your hips down and back. Arms sweep to 90-degree angle here. Let's feel the core working. Connect with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Let's take some crunches, but twist. So right elbow to your left knee. Back to goddess. Left to right. Back to goddess. Side to side here. Let's begin to do a reset back to goddess pose. Releasing down into that wide-legged fold. So you can just turn those toes in, hands to the earth. Shake out the legs here. Relax your head, yes, and relax the head now. Draw both of your hands to the right ankle. And if you can't touch the ankle, that's okay. We'll just move our hands in that direction. Let's try to roll that left shoulder under, right shoulder open, and try to create a little bit of a twist here and a side stretch. Come back to center. Take your hands to the other leg. Right shoulder under, left shoulder open. Heart is shining up towards the sky. Reset. Let's put ourselves back into that fold here, and we'll try a twist. Right hand in front of your face, left hand to the sky. Hand right to the sky, maybe arm wraps around your low back. Reach for the other hip crease. Take a half bind. Come back to center. We'll realign here. Left hand plants, right hand lifts. Full breath in. Maybe draw a little bit more weight into that left foot just to lift that left hip up. Try to balance off your low back and balance off through your hips. Gently releasing your hands down. Let's transition into a runner's lunge at the top of the yoga mat. We are going to step back into plank, take a high push-up pose. Working with up dog, but holding up dog, lower down to the mat, chaturanga. We'll come into an upward facing dog here. So use your breath. Let's breathe into our back bend. Press back. Let's find our way to down dog when you're ready. Knees will begin to lower. Sweep your toes to the right or to the left. And we'll work our way into seated. So as we come into seated, let's work a little bit with the legs and the hips today. Legs will extend right out in front. And you'll take your left foot to your right hip. Be on the outer edge of your left foot. Allow for the sole of the foot to roll up a little bit. Stay here. Maybe your right foot moves to the left. Maybe press into the hands to kind of lift up and shift around a little bit. Try to ground evenly through both sides of your body. Left hand lowers down. Right hand reaches up and over. Give yourself a side stretch here. Roll the right shoulder back. Left shoulder under. Heart is shining up towards the sky. Come back to center. Let's take our right hand down. Left hand lifts. Inhale and exhale. So this one gives us that really nice stretch for our legs and our hips. We also get a nice IT band stretch on this one. Come back to center. Let's walk the hands out in front for a moment and just let yourself fold down. So at any point, if this is feeling too much on your knees, definitely come on out. You can always straighten that bottom leg to make it a little easier. And we're just going to let ourselves melt into the stretch. With each exhale, just moving deeper and deeper. And coming on up to the spine. Let's extend our legs in front, give them that nice little shake out. And then we'll give that one a try on the other side. Take your right foot to your left hip. And then we'll take our left to the right. And then just feeling the groundedness in the legs, breathing in and breathing out. Right hand lowers, left hand lifts. Full breath in and full breath out. Maybe imagine that you could breathe so deeply, you could create some space in between the ribs. Back and up to center, realign here. Left hand lowers, right hand lifts. Full breath in, full breath out. And back through to neutral. Let's take a full breath here to lengthen. Hands walk in front, exhale. And releasing. Let's take ourselves back and up to neutral. Legs can extend right out in front. We'll give them a little bit of a shake out. Take the soles of your feet to touch. Knees will come away from one another. Insides of your feet roll from one another. Maybe lift up just to feel even in both sides of your body. Let's lengthen here. Fold yourself down as you exhale. Coming into Baddha-Konasana, seated bound angle. And then with each exhale, just letting yourself melt here. Relaxing the eyebrows, relaxing the jaw. Try to let go of tension through the back of your head and the back of your neck. Relax the shoulders, the arms, the hands. And relaxing the upper, mid, and low back. Relaxing the legs, the feet of tension. Coming up to a neutral spine, help of the hands, legs together, feet extend in front, shake out your legs a little bit here. Coming down onto your back. And as you make your way down onto your back, reach for your feet. Take a happy baby stretch. Flex your feet, reach through the heels. Maybe a little rock side to side. Maybe find stillness here. Knees can come up and into the chest and into the stomach. We're going to hug them in. Gentle rock to the right. And then a gentle rock to the left. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Knees come away from one another. Insides of the feet come together. And we'll try that reclining Superbadakanasana. And closing your eyes, maybe bring your hands onto your body, one onto the navel, one onto the lower ribs. As you breathe here, just feeling your body reacting to the breath. As you inhale, feel your chest rise, feel your chest fall. Feel your ribs expand with the breath as you breathe in and contract with the breath as you breathe out. And then breathing into your stomach, feel your navel rise, feel your navel fall. And knowing each time that you breathe, you bring life, you bring oxygen to all of the cells throughout your body. With the help of the hands, take your knees together. Draw your knees into your chest, hug them in. Little rock to the right, little rock to the left. And then bringing that rocking into circles, large or small circles here. Circle in the other direction, so we'll just reverse that movement. And then releasing. Let's come into a few moments of relaxation time. This is Savasana. This is a great opportunity to integrate all of the benefits of our practice into the mind and into the body. Letting your eyes close. Relax your eyebrows and jaw. Relax the back of your head and neck. Relax the shoulders, arms, and hands. Relax the upper, mid, and low back. Relax your legs and feet of tension. Allowing for your breath to deepen. Wiggle fingers, wiggle the toes. Make your way onto the side. Come into a fetal pose for a moment. You can roll onto the right side or the left side. Create a pillow with the arm. Gently support your head. Feel your body take the shape of the posture. Coming into a seated position when you're ready. As you come to seated, hands can move into the heart space in prayer in Anjali Mudra. Thanking yourself for practicing yoga, for doing something so good for your mind and your body. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. It's so great to be here with you and to practice yoga together. I hope everyone has a great day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome, Dave.